To Dr. Mensch, the radio show that takes a real, compassionate look at mental health from A to Z. Join child and adolescent psychiatrist Dr. Gil Lichtshein each week as we explore topics that matter: autism, ADHD, anxiety, depression, OCD, schizophrenia, behavioral challenges, neurodevelopmental disorders, and more. No stigma, no judgment. Just honest conversations, new therapies, breakthrough treatments, and real solutions for real people. Mental health is not a weakness. It's a treatable medical condition, and help is available. Join the conversation now by calling the studio at 888-994-4995, Studio A. This is Dr. Mensch, where hope and healing begin.
Good afternoon. This is Dr. Gil Lichtshein, aka Dr. Mensch. I've been away for the last couple, well, actually I was away for a week, and then last week I was sick, so I haven't been here in a couple weeks. So part of my little rustiness, I'm a board-certified child, adolescent, adult psychiatrist in Boca Raton, Florida, where my office is located at 7100 West Camino Real, Suite 404. And my phone number is 561-300-4052. Today I have Freddy Santory as again a return frequent guest. The World Cup finally came to a conclusion yesterday.
Yeah, craziness.
38 days. The biggest, or I guess the longest World Cup. Most teams, 48 teams?
Yes.
I think they're talking maybe increasing it to 50 to maybe 64. I mean, like the NCAA March Madness, I think, or keep increasing it. So this was I think a 38-day extravaganza showcasing North America to the world, and really primarily the U.S., where I would say like 80% of the matches were held.
All over the country, right? They did California. They did.
Yeah, I think they were
Philly.
held in Los Angeles, not Palo Alto, where the 49ers play.
San Francisco?
South of San Francisco. Seattle, Houston, Dallas, Kansas City, Miami, Atlanta, New York, and Boston. And I'm missing somebody. And Philadelphia. Surprisingly, they didn't have Chicago or Denver. I mean, a little surprising.
And down here, they only played one game, right?
No, they had
third place game.
They've had multiple games. They had the quarterfinal match, England and Norway. They had the third place game.
Oh, so
England.
they did. Okay.
They had I'm going to say they had at least 6 or 7 matches in Miami, and then they had it in Canada, in Toronto and Vancouver, and then in Mexico City, and I think either Guadalajara or Monterrey. So it's surprising they haven't in Chicago. That was a little surprising.
The people that came out for these things, I've never seen anything like it. And the watch parties, never seen anything
Well, I
like
mean,
it.
association football or soccer is probably the most popular sport in the world.
I can see
I
that.
mean, you go into Africa or parts of Asia, maybe excluding Japan and Korea, where, okay, they don't know, American football, they don't know baseball or maybe a little basketball, so it's soccer or association football. That's like, okay, maybe depending on where you are, it could be cricket or, or in Australia it would be rugby, or other areas rugby, but soccer is like the biggest, sport in the world, and I mean the World Cup probably is like the largest sporting event in the world, bigger than the Super Bowl. I mean, granted, you can't compare the Super Bowl to the World Cup because the Super Bowl is one day, one game. It's a
tournament.
I mean, this was a tournament over 38 days with over 100 games.
Yeah.
So you can't compare. But I mean, if the Super Bowl was, I guess the closest thing you could compare is, March Madness, which goes over a 3-week period of time. But I don't think that the audience of that, you're going to see the audience of that in Saigon, Vietnam, or in Delhi, India, or I don't know, Lusaka, Democratic Republic of Congo. They're not going to be watching, Gonzaga play Kentucky in the March, but they'll be watching, Colombia play Sierra Leone in the World Cup. So, yeah, the fervor, in Miami you had all these. I mean, I'm going to say it was. I think it was the night. What was it? Was it not the? Was it the July 4th weekend or no? It was the weekend before. Colombia was playing. Who were they playing? Colombia. Portugal. And it was a Saturday evening in Miami at Hard Rock Stadium. And I'm driving in I live in Fort Lauderdale. So I'm driving along Federal Highway and like Broward Boulevard. And this is like Friday night, maybe 6-7 p.m. And everything was shut down because I don't know what was going on. I guess at the Dalmar, hotel. I don't know if the Colombia team was staying there, but there were thousands of people with Colombia flags just walking and partying. Like, I didn't know what the hell was going on. Streets were closed. It was crazy. Yeah. I mean, and then apparently I was away in Montana, but when Norway played England in the quarterfinals in Hard Rock, the Norway team was also staying at the Dalmar Hotel in Fort Lauderdale. They had to be moved because there was just so much partying going on. You don't see that. I mean,
they were national heroes when they flew back.
Right. I mean, you don't see that. Okay, the NBA again. NBA Finals. I went to the Knicks. You didn't see that fervor. Okay, in Chicago, you didn't have watch parties. We're gonna watch Game 4 of the NBA Finals. I mean, maybe the only sporting event would be the Super Bowl. But again,
that's one game.
That's one game. World Series and Stanley Cup Finals, NBA Finals, unless your team in the city is there, I think probably if you were a Laker fan, you could care less about Knicks Spurs.
True.
But Super Bowl doesn't matter. Okay, you could be, a Los Angeles, a New York Giants fan, and the Philadelphia Eagles are in the Super Bowl. Your arch rivals that you hate, you're still going to be watching this. Probably have a party or go to a Super Bowl party. So that's the closest thing in the U.S.
You're comparing cities also to countries. Big difference. The United States soccer team, if they had made the quarterfinals, this place would have got
so
crazy.
Let's say the U.S. the U.S. men's national team going into the round of 16 created a frenzy. But if let's say the U.S. had they beaten Belgium, they would not have beaten Spain in the
not at all.
Quarterfinal. No way. But if they had gotten to the quarterfinals to play Spain, that would have been huge. And you'd probably have watch parties
everywhere.
Yeah. And I don't know where did the U.S. Where would they have played Spain? I don't remember where the game would have.
Probably in California.
Probably somewhere on the West Coast. Yeah. But there would have been watch parties throughout the country. Unlike, let's say, again. First round of the NBA playoffs, and you have Oklahoma City playing, LA Clippers. You're not having watch parties in Philadelphia or Chicago or New York. You might have watch parties in Oklahoma City and in LA. That's about it. But here, U.S. national team, you're having parties everywhere.
That's
the global, right? And I mean, although restaurants in Fort Lauderdale, flags, World Cup. Again, you'll see that maybe for the Super Bowl. That's about it. You don't see that for the Stanley Cup Finals unless the Panthers are in it.
Right.
You don't see that for the NBA Finals unless the Heat are in it. You don't see, a Nick Spurs party at Luigi's Coal Fire Pizza. But I saw flags for the last 5 of World Cup. Come here to watch the World Cup.
Did you like the last 8 teams that were in?
I love the the third place game was entertaining. Yesterday's final was a snooze.
A lot of scoring, right?
Yeah, it was high scoring. I mean, France in the first half, like, they decided we're not playing any defense. I mean, England could have been up 6-7-0. I mean, that's how poor. But then the French decided to wake up and like play in the second half, and before you know it, like, in a matter of like 15 minutes, went from 4-0 to 4-3. It's like, what the heck? But yesterday.
You don't like defensive soccer?
Yesterday was, I don't know, this hydration break yesterday. Come on. Yesterday in New York was like 75 degrees. It wasn't, okay, I can understand the day before the game started in Miami, England, France at 5 p.m. It was like, with the humidity, it was like 110 degrees. So I can understand, yeah, you need hydration break in each half because these Englishmen and Frenchmen are not used to playing in 110 degree weather. I mean, all the time.
Is that the first time they've done that?
This is a brand new thing in this year's World Cup, hydration break. It kind of breaks up the tempo and the flow of the game, but I know it's also
money because of commercials.
Exactly. So it's, to me, it's like, come on, FIFA's corporate greed, like really 3 minutes of a commercial break. Come on. That's what I like about, one thing I like about a soccer match is it's continuous. There are no commercial breaks.
They continue the clock. The
clock continuous, and then the referee decides.
How long is a soccer match? 120 minutes?
No, it's 2 45-minute halves.
So that's 90.
And then at the end of each half, the referee will add what's called stoppage time, that only the referee knows how much added time based injuries, like goals scored, like celebrations after a goal. Now in the World Cup, you knew that minimally there was going to be always 3 minutes of stoppage time because of the hydration break. And then they have in these competitions, like in the knockout stages, if you are in a tie at the end of regulation, you have 2 15-minute halves of extra time or overtime.
Do they stop to set that up, or do they keep playing those?
So they'll take like a 2-minute break, and then
they go again.
And then also there'll be stoppage time after each 15-minute again. And then if they're tied at the end of, it's not like they call it a golden goal or sudden death. It's like if each team scores each 3 goals. Let's say it's 1-1 at the end of regulation, and each team scores 3 goals and stop in extra time. They'll go again, and then, or they don't score any goals, they'll go to like a penalty kicks, like a shootout.
And how many is that? Like a 5?
I think it's 5. Like 5.
Best of 5.
Like 5. Right. Best out of 5. Yeah.
And they're done at the same side. So if my team is here, your team is there, 5-5. Or do they go to the other side?
No, I think it's on the same side where you pick 5 players and like they take turns.
Because I was impressed with how yesterday Spain, they just kept kicking towards the goalie. He broke a record.
I know.
No stops.
The game could have been like 5-0 easily.
I mean, there was no defense really on Argentina's side, but it was.
Well, I mean, Spain, is a very good defensive team, and they just kept. I mean, they dominated. They dominated the game.
But that's what they're known for, right? Their defense.
I mean, they gave up 1 goal in 8 matches. That's incredible.
Which is incredible. One of the kids in here is a soccer coach, and he was talking about he doesn't like the defensive game. He likes the offensive game, but they shut down Messi.
Yeah, they did.
Which is impressive in itself, no?
Right. I mean, I like watching the third place match between
5-4-3,
England.
6-4,
England, France was 6-4 England.
Yeah.
I mean,
10 goals.
10 goals. What's his name? Had a hat trick for England. Mbappe had 2 goals for France. It was great. Just constant pushing the ball, versus holding back, or I don't say play keep away. See, I don't like, the one thing that kind of bothers me with extra time, you should have it at sudden death, because like yesterday, Argentina was down 1 man because what was his name? Fernandez got a red card.
Okay, I want to ask you about that.
He was booted out of the game. So they're playing extra time not to lose. They're like, okay, for the next 30 minutes, we'll we'll try to hunker down and not to lose so we can go into penalty kicks when anything can happen.
Because it was 0-0.
Right. When you get to penalty kicks, anything can happen.
So what happens when you're a man down? It's because you got the red card?
Correct.
So you have 9 players instead of 10?
10 players instead of 11, or including the goalie.
Right. So on what do they call it?
So on the pitch, you'll have the goalie and then 9 other players versus the goalie and 10 other players. So basically, you're basically the other. Like yesterday, Spain had a power play for overtime, for both halves of overtime.
Because they were up 1 man.
Right.
That doesn't seem fair for a championship game. How can you do that? How can you throw anybody out of the red
Imagine
card?
in hockey, like
A penalty.
so. Let's say in hockey, imagine like Game 7 of the Stanley Cup, and some player on one team gets into a fight and gets a 10-minute game misconduct and
Right.
a 5-minute major and a 10-minute game misconduct. So he'll be ejected, but after the 5-minute power play, he's substituted with somebody else.
Exactly.
They don't keep the team down. The other team doesn't get a power play for the rest of the game.
That doesn't seem fair.
I think there was one match, Canada, who were they? Was it Qatar, or where Qatar wound up having 2 players sent off on red cards.
That's
so they
even
played
worse.
like the entire second half down 2. I mean, yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
So yesterday with Argentina down, I knew it was like a matter of time before Spain would score a goal.
And after he got the red cards when they scored?
He got the red card literally in the final, in stoppage time of the second half, like literally, like almost towards the end of regulation. He got the second yellow and was given the red card. And
Now, they gave him a yellow card warning first?
So you can get a red card, either direct red card where you did something pretty egregious and you get a red card and off you go,
Right.
or what's called an indirect red card. If you get 2 yellow cards in a match, the second
Becomes a red.
once you get the second yellow card, it's automatically a red card.
So what did he have? Just an instant red?
He had he had gotten a yellow card in, I think, the first half, and so he got a
He
second
got a double
yellow card.
Well, how stupid is he then? And you know you're down yellow. You know you can't afford to leave the
I
game
know.
because it's a championship.
Yeah, once you get a
game.
yellow card, you got to be a little bit more. You
gotta be
have
more
to be a little bit
conservative.
less aggressive or more conservative on defense when playing, because you know that you commit a foul, you could get carded and off you go.
Wow.
And on that note, we'll take a brief commercial break. Yeah, you got.
What happens when the mind of a healer crosses over into the darkness of the human soul? From authors David Icovetti, Dr. Gil Lichtshein, and Yolanda DeLuca comes a chilling psychological thriller, Dr. Mensch, A Prescription for Evil. This gripping novel follows a respected Boca Raton psychiatrist who secretly descends into madness, transforming into a modern-day king of the underworld. Inspired by true events and Dr. Gil's childhood connection to a mob family, this story blurs the line between sanity and evil, genius and destruction. Unforgettable, disturbing, impossible to put down. Get your copy today on Amazon.com. Dr. Mensch, A Prescription for Evil, a 2020 psychological crime thriller. You're listening to Dr. Mensch with child and adolescent psychiatrist Dr. Gil Lichtshein. For a copy of his powerful new book, Dr. Mensch's Prescription for Evil, visit Amazon.com. For more information or to schedule a consultation, contact Dr. Gil directly at 561-300-4052 or visit docgil.com. Now, let's get back to the show.
Welcome back. This is Dr. Gil Lichtshein, a.k.a. Dr. Mensch, talking about the World Cup.
A lot of rules.
Yeah.
I never knew the rules to soccer. I just watch it. And they score, they don't score. I saw the defense yesterday, the keep away and all that.
Right. So, I mean, rules are, you get fouls, you get yellow card, red card. Now
No
it's,
flopping.
Now, yeah, just like in basketball where they're trying to break,
They're trying to do something.
crack down a flop. So in soccer, it's happened with the Belgium-Argentina quarterfinal match where it was in the second half, early second half, Belgian player and Argentina player were going for the ball, and it was a clean tackle, but the Belgian player kind of embellished and fell down before he was actually tackled, and then kind of sitting on the ground, kind of like in pain. So the referee issues a yellow card to the Argentinian player. That Belgian player had gotten a yellow card earlier in the match, but then they went to video review to check it out, and the video official review that said that Belgian player initiated and like fabricated this, and the result was the yellow card was changed from the Argentinian player. They revoked it and gave it to the Belgian player, and since that was the second yellow card, he was ejected.
Really?
So soccer...
On replay.
And you could see it on replay that he kind of fell before the Argentinian player tackled him. So he was like, it's called mistaken identity, but it's like flopping.
It's flopping.
So in soccer, if you kind of flop, you could get a red card.
The U.S. player, they got the red card.
Yeah, that was baloney. That was.
But it was a baloney.
That was a baloney red card.
So that
at most he should have gotten a yellow or a foul.
I mean, it instantly went to red card, which I thought was
yeah. That was, I believe, that was a direct red card, which I'm like, come on, give him a yellow card. That wasn't a vicious foul.
And Trump calling the FIFA is that a conspiracy or does that
I don't know. I mean, ESPN today in the review of the World Cup was like, this was a great World Cup, and he just mentioned the whole, hydration breaks as commercials, money for FIFA, and we had our U.S. president call FIFA to influence a match. Come now.
That wasn't fair. That wasn't really taken away from the players.
That wasn't. Come on, I don't buy that. That's nonsense. That's again, ESPN getting political, and they only did it because ESPN is a very left-wing leaning network, and so. If it was Barack Obama who did it, they'd say nothing. Come on. But President Trump didn't get the red card.
And the U.S. was nowhere in comparison.
And honestly, him being in the match didn't even matter. They played like crap, and they got blown out.
Well, Belgium is a good team, and they had beaten them before by a lot.
Yeah. Belgium is a top 10.
I mean, you're playing with the big boys at that scale.
I mean, you're talking about European. I mean, again, if anything, what the World Cup showed is Europe is where, I mean, yes, Argentina made it to the finals, but France, England, Spain, and then even larger, Norway, Belgium, Morocco, and what was the other? It was. Who was the other? It was England, Norway, Argentina, Morocco, France, Spain, Belgium, and Norway. So even in the quarterfinals, 6 of the 8 teams were European. I mean, that's where Europe is the power. Is like kind of soccer central. That's where all the power is in Europe.
How'd you like the offsides, the new ball that had the chip in it?
I like that. They should do that with a football or a basketball.
They're talking about it now for football.
Or even baseball.
Well, baseball, they already have.
Well, they have the ABS, but certainly like with football.
Yeah, absolutely. They're talking about
that.
Especially
when it comes to is it a catch? Did he have possession? Didn't have possession? Well, if you have this little chip, you can look on a camera and see oh yeah, he had possession.
Where was the ball? Yeah. They instantly saw the offside.
Right.
It took not even 10 seconds.
I don't know. I guess in basketball, it'd be when you have these hard, out of bounds, off of, who was possession. But certainly football, when it comes to is this a reception, a complete or incomplete pass?
A touchdown? Did it break the plane?
Right.
First down?
Exactly.
Did it break the plane?
I like that. That was that one. There was that one goal that I think was taken away because of offside,
yes.
And it the chip showed that it touched the hair strand of that player, and it caused him to be offside.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
But it showed it. You can't deny it.
So I like that. That's good technology.
Now, I got the $1 million question for you. What about Major League All-Star Game? How'd you like it?
I didn't read the baseball. I didn't even watch it.
Nobody
I mean,
did.
I watched the first inning when American League scored 3 runs. I'm like, game's over.
I didn't even know that it was being played.
Yeah, I didn't watch the
That
home
was
run.
horrible.
I mean, the problem is that you have too many pitchers. They pitch 1 inning or less than. It's like, come on. Like, I wouldn't want to waste my time. Like, you're in there and you're pitching a third of an inning, 2/3, maybe an inning. You're not pitching 2 or 3 innings anymore. At least with the NBA All-Star game, okay, you're playing 20, 25 minutes. You're playing a decent amount. You're not,
But the NBA scores 257 to 256.
But yeah, that made, I didn't even watch. I watched the first inning and I'm like, okay, Christopher Sanchez and Dylan Cease are going to pitch 1 inning, and then you're going to have like 12 pitchers come in. It's ridiculous.
And who's the new home run king?
I don't even know the guy from St.
From St. Louis. I mean, who are these people? They're changing the game right in front of us.
Arizona and Carolina report for training camp on Wednesday, and everybody is going to be reporting to training camp by, I think, next Tuesday. So football. Hall of Fame games on August 6th. That's 2 weeks away.
Yeah, but that's for me is no fun because the Jets don't win.
So football. So we got maybe a few weeks to deal with the torture of baseball.
Yeah, but baseball gets good at the second half.
Yeah, maybe in September or
October. When it's
but by then you're already in the meat of college and pro football. So college football is beginning in a little over a month. Pro football this year begins a little bit later, like after Labor Day.
Who do you like in football?
I think
Giants?
LA Rams.
Rams?
Yeah,
why are you going for the LA Rams?
They got Myles Garrett.
So what?
I think Aaron Donald's coming out of retirement.
To play for LA?
Yeah, to play with that team's stocked.
So you like them to take the whole thing?
They're heavily favored, LA Rams.
Wow, that's just shocking.
LA Rams. And in the AFC, after an off year, a disappointing year.
The Ravens?
Lamar Jackson's going to come back.
Everybody's saying it.
With a vengeance. And I think Ravens, Rams in the Super Bowl in L.A.
That would be interesting.
And L.A. Rams win the Super Bowl at home for a second time.
That would be interesting.
On Valentine's Day.
That would be pretty interesting.
And Matthew Stafford retires, winning his second championship, Super Bowl champion a year after getting his MVP, a good way to retire.
I think that the Las Vegas Raiders are going to be the finalists in the AFC. I know, look at the face.
Philosophy with Fernando Mendoza.
Yes. For some reason, Mendoza is ringing my bell because of the GOAT.
Now, this is what I'm going to say, the worst team in football.
The worst.
Will be the Miami Dolphins.
Not worse than the Jets. The Jets win 2 games.
The Jets have an easier schedule than the...
Yeah, but they're incompetent.
Yeah, but the Dolphins, so...
Jets couldn't win a game if they wanted to.
I'm a Jets fan. I'm saying the Dolphins, but... Well, on that note, this is Dr. Gil Lichtshein with another episode of Dr. Mensch. Signing off for another week, and I'll be back next Monday. You all have a good week. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for Dr. Mensch with Dr. Gil Lichtshein, helping you navigate the world of mental health with clarity and care. If you or someone you love needs support, you're not alone. Treatment works and recovery is possible. To schedule a consultation or discuss non-medication therapies, personalized treatment plans, or psychiatric care, contact Dr. Gil directly at 561-300-4052 or visit docgil.com. You can catch us each week on South Florida Oldies Radio and streaming across all social platforms. Until next time.